Hi everyone, welcome to this yoga practice. My name is Katie and this is yoga for anxiety. Yoga can be really helpful in those times when you do feel like you have anxiety or when the body just feels really tight. Lots of yoga poses have a really calming effect on the body and the mind, and they're the poses that we'll do in this class. So you might need some yoga blocks or some cushions would work. So you can go ahead and get ready, and then we'll meet back here on the mat. We'll begin today lying on our backs. So you can come on down. You can have a pillow underneath your head here, if that makes it more comfortable. You might come into traditional Shavasana pose just by spreading your legs and your arms away from your body. Taking a moment just to check in here. You might start to notice some areas that are tight within your body and see if you can release those muscles. Allowing your body to become really heavy and just starting to sink down into your mat. Loosening up your jaw here, softening all of your facial muscles. And now starting to check in on your breath. And just wherever it is, without forcing it, just notice it traveling into your body and then traveling out of your body. You can take one hand and bring it up to rest on your belly. And the other hand can come to rest on your chest. And we're using the weight of the hands here to help notice the breath a bit more. So when the mind becomes a little bit overwhelmed with anxiety or whatever it is that you're feeling, a really helpful thing to do is to just focus on your breath instead. So feeling your hand rise as your breath comes into your belly, feeling your belly expand. And as you breathe out, noticing your hand falling slightly, your belly becoming smaller. Now with time, you might be able to bring that breath up into your chest as well, feeling your other hand rising and falling. We'll stay here for a few breaths, breathing deeply into the belly, letting it rise up into your chest. And as you exhale, emptying your belly, emptying your chest. It's normal if your mind has drifted away, maybe it's gone back to the reasons that brought you here. But you don't have to fight it too much, just let those feelings be. And when you're ready, just come back, focusing on a few more breaths. From here, you can bring the soles of your feet together, allowing your knees to drop over towards the edges of the mat. Your hands can stay as they are, helping you with this breathing exercise, or you might extend them down alongside your body again, with your palms facing up. Here in reclined cobbler's pose, this is where you might take some blocks or cushions and place them in underneath your knees if this is feeling a little bit too intense. And another option is just to walk your feet away from your body a little bit more. And we'll connect to the breath again, keeping those deep belly breaths, allowing the chest to rise with each inhalation. And if you're feeling tightness in your chest, you can imagine that each breath in and out is just carving away at that tightness. Relaxing your jaw and your facial muscles again. We'll stay here for a few breaths. Again, here, if your mind has drifted away, just take it back, following your breaths, feeling the sensations within your body. And just a few more breath cycles here. Take one more really big breath in. And once you've completely exhaled, we'll prepare to come out of this pose. So you might need your hands here just to help you lift those knees back up. You can take your time. Spread your feet to about mat distance apart. Take a big breath in, and on an exhalation, we'll drop both knees over to one side. Inhale to lift your knees back up to center. Exhale, dropping them to the other side. And we'll continue a few more rounds like that, keeping that connection to your breath. It's releasing tension from the hips. And the next time that your knees are back in center, you can pause there. Send your left foot down to the bottom of your mat, so your left leg is long, and bring the sole of your right foot up onto your left thigh. Left hand can come to hold that knee. Right hand reaches up towards the ceiling. Taking a breath in here. As you exhale, stack your hips on top of each other to bring your knee over towards the left side and release your right arm back down to the right. Keep your right shoulder connected to the mat here. You can either gaze up towards the ceiling or you can look over at your right hand. And if you feel comfortable here, you can close your eyes and just dropping into our supine twist here. Feeling out your breath again, noticing how it's a little bit restricted in this twist. Keep sending it deep into your belly. Each time you exhale, You might be able to twist a little bit deeper. Gradually starting to make your way out of the pose now, coming back to center, sending that foot back out to the bottom of your mat, and just take a moment in Shavasana here, noticing the difference between the two sides of your body, finding a big belly breath again. We'll take our twist to the opposite side now. So your right foot stays out at the bottom. Left foot comes onto your right thigh. Right hand finds your knee. Left hand reaches for the ceiling. Inhaling. Exhaling, stacking your hips on top of each other, bringing your knee over to the right, left hand back down to the left. Gazing up or looking to that left hand here. Left shoulder stays connected to the ground. And keep breathing here. If you find yourself thinking about something, try to stop those thoughts and just come back to the sensations that this twist is bringing to your body. Whenever you're ready to come out of the pose, you can start to reverse, coming back to center, finding your Shavasana pose again. And just feeling whatever the body is feeling here. We'll come into bridge pose now, so you can bend your knees. Soles of the feet are on the mat, feet about hip distance apart, and ankles directly below the knees. Reach your fingers down towards the back of your heels, and it's okay if they don't connect here. Press your lower back into the mat so it's flush with it, and then when you're ready, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Hands can stay as they are, or for more of a shoulder stretch, you can interlock your fingers and walk your shoulder blades in towards the center of the mat. Expanding your belly here with each breath in, making it as big as you can. And try to maintain the height of your hips through your exhalations. So we're sending all the blood down towards the brain, which is a great way to calm your mind and relieve anxiety. And just about 3 more breaths here. And slowly, one vertebrae at a time, bring your spine back onto the mat. Once your hips have landed, bring your knees up towards your chest and wrap your arms around your legs. You might bring your forehead towards your knees here, If not, just relax your head onto the mat. Give yourself a really tight squeeze here. Big hugs into the body. And try to maintain your deep breaths here, this time feeling your belly expanding against your legs. With each exhalation, you might be able to squeeze yourself a little bit tighter. Whenever you're ready now, you can release your head and your legs back down onto the mat, sending your legs out long. From here, we'll come into fish pose. So palms are facing down and bring them in underneath your tailbone. Feet are together and point your toes away from your body. On an inhalation, lift your head up off the mat, looking towards your feet, and then you can pick yourself up so you come to rest onto your elbows. Walk your elbows as close to each other as you can get them. And then once you're ready, take a big breath in to open up through your chest. On an exhalation, you're sliding back slightly and then bring the crown of your head towards the mat. Now it's okay if it doesn't connect to the mat. You can use a pillow here, or it might just feel comfortable to allow your head to hang here. Opening up the chest here, releasing any of that tightness that anxiety can bring. When you're ready to come out of the pose, you can gently lift your head so you're looking back towards your feet, and then one hand at a time, release from underneath, and you can come back down to lie on the mat, finding your Shavasana pose, or just resting on your back, noticing the effects of fish pose. Feeling that vibration almost within your body. Just knowing that everything is being refreshed. We're getting rid of that anxious energy, replacing it with this fresh, calming energy. We'll take a full body stretch here. So you can step your feet back in towards each other. Reach your arms up past your head. And take a really big breath in to stretch through every single muscle in your body. Reaching your toes away from your fingers. Keep breathing, keep stretching. And then on an exhalation, you can release everything. In your own time, then come on up to sit on the mat. So you can sit whatever way is most comfortable. Again, here you can take a block or a cushion to sit up on if you need to. We'll move into what's called eagle arms. So a great way to open up the chest and release some of that tightness again. So we'll start by bringing the left arm out in front, and then right arm can swing in underneath. You're creating a twist in your arms to bring your palms to face each other. They don't have to connect, but they're just facing each other. Another option here is just to hug your shoulders with opposite hands. So if you're in your eagle arms, you can find your twist, have your palms facing each other, and then have the hands directly in front of your face. Lengthen up through your spine, making sure it's nice and straight. And then you might slowly start to lift your elbows, reaching your fingers towards the ceiling. And if it feels good to do so, you can close your eyes and just drop into the sensations of this pose. Connecting to our deep belly breathing again. Allowing your breath to come in and find that tightness, and then your exhalation takes it out of your body. We're staying here for about a minute in total, so you can start to explore a little bit as your body starts to open up. You might be able to lift your fingers a little bit higher. Feel one more deep breath in your body. And when you're ready, you can start to undo out of the pose, release your arms. You might circle your shoulders a little bit, and then interlock your fingers with your palms facing away. Press your hands away from you, allowing your shoulders to round forward, and then maybe drop your head. Taking a big breath in here. On an exhalation, we'll bring everything back. This time your right arm is coming out in front, left arm is swinging under, twisting to help your palms face each other, or you're grabbing your shoulders here, and then reaching your fingers towards the ceiling. Closing your eyes, lengthening your spine, and just pausing here. And we're taking one more big breath in, getting rid of that tightness from your shoulder. When you're ready, you can exhale, release your hands. Shake the shoulders again, interlock your fingers, pressing your palms away, rounding your shoulders forward and dropping your head down. Nice long breath in and out here. And coming back now, you can have your legs out long in front of you. You can stay sitting up on your cushion or your block if you have one. Bend your right knee here to bring the sole of the right foot into the inside of your left thigh. You can support your right knee here with a cushion or a block underneath if you need to. We'll inhale to lengthen up through the spine. Reach your hands towards the ceiling. As you exhale, hinge at your hips and just bring your hands down to land wherever they do on your left leg. You can sink your nose a little bit closer to that left knee and close your eyes here. It's just tapping into the sensations now of this pose. Finding your deep belly breaths. Each time you breathe in, lengthening your spine. And each time you breathe out, you might be able to sink a little bit deeper into the pose. You might start to notice your body opening up a little bit, maybe inviting you to go a little bit deeper. So just exploring here for our last few breaths. Your next inhalation can lift you back up. We'll send that right foot out long, shake off your legs if you need to, and we'll repeat that on the opposite side. So your left foot is coming in. Inhale to lengthen up through your spine. Exhale to hinge forward, grab whatever you grab on your right leg. Sinking your nose towards your knee. Closing your eyes and just letting everything become heavy here. And same thing on this side. Each breath in lengthens your spine. With each breath out, your nose might come a little bit closer to your knee. Your next breath in can lift you back up. Send both legs out long again, shake them off. And from here we'll come back into downward facing dog. So you can swing your feet back behind you, bring your hands out in front. Fingers are spread nice and wide, toes curl onto the mat, and then start to drag your hips up and back. Feet hip distance apart. Keep a big bend in your knees here as much as you need to. Encourage your ears down in between your biceps, releasing your head towards the mat, pointing your tailbone towards the ceiling. A few big belly breaths here in downward dog. And again, we're allowing all the blood to flow towards the brain, relieving feelings of anxiety, calming down your mind. You can start to walk your feet slowly towards your hands, making our way into a standing forward fold. Feet are hip distance, knees are still bent. Release your head towards the mat. Point your tailbone towards the ceiling. Hands either hanging low to the mat or they can grab opposite elbows here. Check in on your jaw again. See if you can loosen it a little bit more. Bring a little bit of softness to your facial muscles. And sink your head towards the mat. With each inhalation, your spine is straightening a little bit. With each exhalation, nose comes towards knees a little bit more. You can release your hands towards the mat if they're not already there. And from here, we'll come to lie on the front of the body. So you might just walk your hands out a little bit more. Feet can come back. However you get there is fine. Just come to lie on your belly. So you might make a pillow with your hands here, stacking them on top of each other. You can rest either your forehead or your cheek onto your pillow. And then bring your left knee out to the left beside you. So just like you would be in bed, maybe completely relaxed. If it doesn't feel comfortable to have your head on your hand pillow here, you can just rest your head onto the mat, onto a real pillow. Just find whatever is really comfortable here. Once you're settled, finding your breath again. Widening your belly with each breath in, opening up your chest, exhaling, getting rid of any leftover tension, any residue still caught up in your body. Another great way to relieve anxiety and to calm your mind is to make your exhalation longer than your inhalation. That looks different for everybody, but it might look like breathing in for the count of 5, breathing out for the count of 7. So take this time just to lengthen your exhalation. And if your mind is drifting, try your best just to come back, counting your breaths. We'll slowly start to switch this to the other side now, so you can take that left leg out long again. This time your right knee is coming out to the right. And just taking whatever position is comfortable for your head. Making whatever adjustments you need to make, and then settling into this side. You can release your right leg back down, so both legs are out long. You might stay here like this, just resting on the front of your body, or you can come into Shavasana here. So we'll nice and slowly flip over until we're lying on the back again. Legs out wide, arms away from your body, palms facing up. Again here, if this doesn't feel good for your back, you can bend your knees, have the soles of your feet on the mat. So back to where we started this practice. Taking time to check in on your body again. So if you feel any areas of tension, try to release. Drop your muscles into the mat. loosen up your jaw, relax your facial muscles, and just feel everything getting really heavy here. Bringing a little bit of attention back onto your breathing, feeling it traveling in and out of your body. Inhaling peace and relaxation. Exhaling anything that doesn't serve you anymore. We'll end our practice here, but you can stay here for as long as you need to. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope this practice has helped. I hope to see you again soon, but until then, namaste.